Welcome to the Bombshells laboratory review for the Toyseasy YW-2412 Tiger. I'll be going over this figure in 6 categories, those being the aesthetics of the alt mode, as you can see here, the transformation into robot mode, a few highlighted points in the engineering in the transformation, the aesthetics of the robot mode, the articulation of the robot mode, and finally the accessories. Then I'll be giving my overall feelings about the figure and where my emotions are at the end. Jumping into the aesthetics of the alt mode here, and this is a fairly accurate to life World War II era Tiger tank. It looks honestly really incredible. I say that a lot in these reviews. I tend to try to buy based on how things look more than anything. And honestly, I think that this guy in particular is a great example of where that philosophy shines through. This is an original figure by them that does transform into a robot, as you can see on the instructions, and I will get into those instructions a little bit more actually when we get to accessories, because there's some really neat stuff in there. He comes with some stickers here too. But this alt mode is so convincing as what it's going for. Like, it is so incredibly good looking. Jumping right into transformation here, we're going to start by taking the tank barrel off. I don't necessarily think you need to do this, but I tend to just because it makes life a little bit easier. Next, you're going to untab the treads here on the bottom. I tend to actually use a spudger for this. You got your tab right there. Then you can get your spudger in right behind that and use it to leverage it up a little bit, because it's going to be pretty tight. Come on. There we go. Get those folded down like that. Gonna untab from the top as well. Then come to the top here and untab these. Now we are going to pull the shoulders out and fold in this tire at the bottom. And fold the rest of this back and up on these rockers, like you can see here. Coming around to the front here, we're going to lift this up and undo that tab there. We're also going to untab these here in the middle and start to swing out our legs here. We need to untab our legs from the back here first. Swing these around, flip around, lay them flat like that. Do the same thing on the other side. And you do want to do this obviously before you start folding the legs out, because those are tabbed in. Like I said, start to fold the legs around now. You've got quite a bit of unfolding to do here. All right, we're going to come to the front here. There's a little tab there. We're going to untab that and flip this up. Do the same on the other side. There we go. And untab it from that side also. We're starting to get a little bit of progress made here. Flip this around so you can see what all we're doing. We're going to flip these. Oh, come on. You're gonna flip these out from here. Out from here. In the process, undo that and lift that up, which means we can flip the leg around and take this that we just unlocked, lift it up, and spin this whole thing around. Oh, bend your knee first, and then spin this whole thing around. Flatten all of that out. And, oh, fold that up first. Fold that up first. Flatten that out and tab that in. That should tab in. You hear it tab in. Fold these around and they'll tab in too. Deal with our foot here. We're going to straighten it out. Fold our heel out here. Fold the foot around. Do same stuff on this side. Untab both of those here. Lift this up. Lift this up. Flip this around. Bend at the knee. Flip that around. Lift this up. Drop this down. Tab that in there. Tab that in there. Fold these around. They should tab in as well. And deal with your other foot here. Fold the heel out. There you've got 2 feet. And it looks like a little bit of a mess right now, but I promise it's not as bad as it looks. We're gonna fold out these big old blocks here. That's gonna release all of that stuff. We're gonna take this big piece here, fold it around, face it forward, fold these down, fold this piece down, fold this piece under, fold this out, back, fold, that's on a double hinge, and you're gonna fold that out. Come on, that'll hinge back up. You're going to open, you're going to lift these and drop and fold these down, as well as this. Open your compartment here, fold his head out and drop it down. Fold the shoulders back up and collapse that whole upper body segment back down like so. Okay, now we can worry about the arms. So we're gonna fold this piece that we untabbed earlier around, which will reveal our hands here. All right, you're gonna wanna get that folded up so that it's tabbed in like that. And then folding out the hand here so that you can see that what you're doing a little bit more. You're gonna fold this arm back like that. Drop that down. Fold this in. and plug it in the back there. Fold that piece around, down. All of these tab in, for the record. All of these tab in. Nothing loose here. So we're going to fold that piece in, bring this down, and alright, you need to do this in a pretty specific order, so I went and figured it out with the other arm, and now I'm going to do it with this one. So you're going to fold this down, fold this up. You'll fold the whole thing down on this double hinge and turn it around. You're going to flip this around, and you need to make sure that A, this doesn't fold back up, and B, it doesn't quite plug in. You're going to drop this down at the first ball joint and not the second, so that it can plug in there, like that. Flip the hand down, fold this down, and it will plug in at both the hand and the arm. Fold this around, all of this just like we did on the other side, where we fold this out, fold this over to the other side, fold that down and down, fold this down, bring this down, and it tabs in. Then we can lift these arms up and hinge them into place. Take these and fold them back. Do the same on this side. And fold them back. And then real quick, we're going to come to the back here and untab that, split our waist here, lift our hip skirts real quick, split our waist here, and just rock these up for robot mode, and then tab that into place. And there's Tiger in his robot mode. Alright, so starting off with a few little tidbits on the engineering of this guy. A few interesting things that it does. I like how the arms are both hollow and not hollow. I think that's really a neat idea there. The posability on him is a little bit limited because of it, but it's neat, you know. I don't think that it's necessarily a bad idea, and it's executed pretty well. A few other little things. He's got a lot of die casts in him, which gives him some nice weight. He's got a lot of different, when we get to accessories, I'll show you, but he's got a lot of different options for his tank turret, his tank cannon. No, he's very cool. Very, very cool. Getting into the aesthetics of this robot mode here, and he looks like a villain. He looks like the bad guy. He's got a skull on his it looks like probably like a flak helmet there, you know. Fully painted, red eyes there, very nice. He is definitely designed to look like a bad guy, you know. He's got like spiked fingers, and yes, very, very imposing, you know, in terms of aesthetics. He's not very big. in terms of as far as masterpiece scale goes. I mean, he's for a good size comparison, you guys have seen, here he is next to Masterpiece Rhinox. Getting into articulation for this guy, and a lot of this, I'll be honest, is very tight, and there aren't any ratchet joints, I don't think, in this whole guy. So you do have to be quite careful here, but I haven't had any breaks or any real stress or anything at all. Full 360 degree at the head, lots of tilting and down and up, very expressive head. Arm can do, I think, a full 360. Very tight, though. You can hear it. It doesn't feel like it's going to break, though. Elbow can do, I believe, a full 360 as well. But again, very tight there. You'll want to be careful. If you move this up, your actual elbow can bend to about 90 degrees on a double joint. Make sure that's rocked back in when you put it back. Hands can swivel a full 360. Individual fingers on 2 joints, a piece, and a thumb. Waist swivels, full 360, but no ab crunch. Legs move out all the way. You can move his hip skirt forward, and legs move forward all the way. Again, really tight there. You'll want to be careful. Rear hip skirt goes back, legs go back all the way. Technically, due to transformation, you've got a whole bunch here at the shoulder. I forgot to mention that. Ankle goes to there or really far out. You've got quite a bit of forward for crouching poses, and actually a fair bit of back too. Your knee goes very far and is quite sturdy, and you've got this piece that you can fold down to kind of fill in the gap there a little bit. All in all, he poses really nicely. Now jumping into accessories here, we've got, of course, our tank cannon, which can go on his front, or he can hold it like a hammer. You can also plug it into the shoulder, which I'll show a bit later in the final thoughts section. It's got lots of different options. I think it's really nice. You've got this fire axe and this 2-part fire effect that you can put on it. Both of these are also fully die cast, I believe. Which is really, really impressive work, honestly. These are blast effects for the tank cannon. You can put that on there and stick that in the hole at the end of it, and it looks like it's firing. You can take him and have him hold it really anywhere, you know. None of these tab into his hands, which is a little bit frustrating, but it's not hard to make it look dynamic anyways, and honestly, they stay pretty well either way. He also comes with a sheet of stickers with numbers on them. I haven't put any on him yet, but I might put the yellow ones on him. I like them a lot. And he comes with this manual, which inside of it has these pictures, where he's been like photoshopped into wartime images. I think that's really cool. Lots of neat little accessories. Alright, final thoughts on the Toyseasy YW-2412 Tiger. I think that this guy is really, really cool looking. He's pretty complex, and he's got a lot of really, really tight joints, and none of them are ratchets, which makes me a little bit concerned about their longevity. If you're a history buff, you know, I think he's really cool in alt mode. In terms of robot mode, I don't think he really serves any purpose other than just kind of being a neat original design. But like if you're a World War II buff, you know, his vehicle mode is really cool looking. Lots of really cool accessories. Lots of customization options with the cannon and with the stickers and everything. My overall feelings on this guy are pretty positive. He's pretty posable too, you know. He looks good. He's just got a lot of options, you know. Very cool. With that, this is Bombshells Laboratory signing off. You guys have a good night.